Hey YouTube universe, what is going on? Tonight, from Home Chef, we'll be making the sherry wine demi-glace sirloin steak with mashed potatoes and balsamic Brussels sprouts. As always, we're going through what came in the package from Home Chef, as well as the utensils you'll need to prep and cook the meal. Once that's complete, we'll go through a step-by-step process of actually prepping and cooking the meal. With that said, let's get started. All right. For your home gamers, this is a pretty simple meal to make, nothing crazy. So the first ingredient we have are 2 potatoes, russet. Nothing crazy or too extravagant, but to make good mashed potatoes. We have 8 ounces of Brussels sprouts. We have 2 sirloin steaks. Decent, they are also a decent size. From Chicago meat. I assume because Home Chef is based out of Chicago. We have a 1/2 fluid ounce of balsamic vinegar. There we go. We have 2 fluid ounces of heavy whipping cream. We have 6 ounces of butter. We have 4 teaspoons of beef demi-glace. We have 1 fluid ounces of sherry. Last but not least, we have 1/2 ounce of grated Parmesan cheese. I would like to note for you home gamers, you can get beef demi-glace for a couple of bucks in the sauce aisle. So if you're doing this at home, this should not be a hard thing to obtain. All right, next up, we're going through the utensils you need to actually prep and cook the meal. All right, so to prep the meal, you'll need 2 containers to cut the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts up. You will need a chef's knife, perfectly recently sharpened. You don't need, but it's highly suggested to have a potato masher. Make the mashed potatoes. You need a colander to drain the potatoes. You'll need some salt. You'll need some pepper. And last but not least, you'll need some olive oil. You'll also need a medium pot and a medium-sized pan. Alright, first step is we're going to rinse the produce as well as the steaks, pat the steaks dry, and get about 2 cups of water up to a boil with some salt. Alright, I'll be right back. Get started. For the potatoes, they say to peel them. I disagree because there's a lot of nutrients within the skin of the potato. So I like to cook it with the skin. If you do not, you can peel it, but a lot of the potato's nutrients is in the skin. So that's why I know every time I do this, someone always asks me, why didn't I peel it? And that's the reason why. You also want to try to cut them small because they cook faster. Small and thin. Yeah, it'll take a little bit longer to cut, a whole 2 minutes, but you'll see how fast the water penetrates potato. Try it. Let me know how you do. It's also easier when you mash it. Now for you home gamers who are doing this, I highly recommend getting a potato masher. I know you can get them at the dollar store for $1. I don't know how long they'll last, but they are $1. If you go to the grocery store, they probably have it, it'll be a little bit more, and it'll be some name brand, so maybe it'll last a little bit longer. Some stuff I got at the dollar store lasted a while, something it's a hit or miss. There we go. This was a smaller one, so they cut pretty quickly and it's not as fat. Oops. Alright, now we're going to put them into the pot to boil. We're going to boil them for 12 to 15 minutes. Just put them in easily because it's going to be hot water. You don't want it to burn you. Right, next up, Brussels sprouts. There we go. So we're going to cut the ends off and then cut them again in the middle. Easy peasy. Adjusting the camera. Go there. Then again. Oops, almost missed that one. Now if the skin comes off like this, I cook it anyway. It's your call. Still get cooked, still be fine, still tastes great. Alright, so now we're going to cook the Brussels sprouts. Let's adjust the camera over to pan. So we're going to get some olive oil. It really depends on how much you put in terms of how big your pan is. I'd put about 2 to 3 tablespoons, give or take. Want to make sure it covers the whole pan. And that's what I find does a good job here. Right, make sure it gets all nice and hot. Take the Brussels sprouts, put them down. We're going to cook these for about 3 to 4 minutes. So we're going to check to see how they're doing, if they're charred. Not yet, some are, some aren't. We're going to then put some salt down, flip them. Nope. Let's give it another minute. So now they're about charred. I've been checking them. I'm going to take some salt. I like a little, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little pepper. I happen to like pepper. Just a little bit. You may or may not want to do that because you're going to put some balsamic vinegar in a little bit. We're going to toss it. Now I'm going to cover it for a few minutes. Want them nice and tender. And we'll check back in a few minutes on that. Let's see how the potatoes are doing. Doing pretty well, they're boiling. Here we go. So next we're going to put half the balsamic vinegar and toss. If you want to put more after that, you're welcome to do so. Put a little bit more, and put a little salt, pepper. We're going to toss it, and then call it a day for this. Pickle taste. So. 10 minutes. Let's see how the potatoes are after fork tender. Oh, yep, they're good. So we're going to drain the water and then prepare the mashed potatoes. Very simply, take the water, mashed potatoes, pour the water out, shake it, always shake it. Take the pan, pot, whatever, pour it back in. I'm going to start the mashing. Now the consistency you want is really your preference. I don't like them completely smooth. I like them, you know, it's somewhere in the middle. That's about good. Now we're going to add the butter. There's one. Sticky things. There's two. Put the cream. And continue to mash. I find this is a better way to do it than putting it, well, in the beginning, but because it, you know, breaks up a little bit better. Obviously, if you prefer to do it the other way, that's cool too. Salt. Continue to mash. Taste, see how it tastes. Needs more salt. Try it again. Much better. Right, these are ready. We're now going to prep the steaks. All right. So I've wrapped the steaks in some paper towel just to dry it up a little bit, get the moisture out. I find it's better than just patting dry. Just let it chill for a few minutes. And then take the salt and pepper. Push it in, turn it over. Little secret, if you want this to be extra tender, you put a lot of salt on there on both sides. Let it sit for a few hours. You can even do it for an hour. Then rinse it off. Tell you the It'll be incredibly tender. It'll be like eating prime rib, like prime or USDA prime. Try it. Let me know what you think, how it works out for you. All right, here we go. We're going over to cook the steak now. All right, I'm gonna put some oil in. Let that spread out for a bit. Also, remember to clean the pan from the Brussels sprouts prior to laying the steaks down. Go to a medium flame. You can always cook them more if you wanted to. 1, that's 2. Maybe do about 5 to 6 minutes aside. All right, 3 minutes in. Let's go and check how they're doing. Beautiful. Oops. Very nice, very nice. Should be flipping about another 2 minutes. About ready to turn. Isn't that beautiful? I'm telling you. 1. There's 2. About 3 to 4 minutes and we'll be good to go. We're going to check the temperature. They're ready. So we're going to put them off to the side to rest, as well as we're going to check the temperature. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Beautiful. Good. Good. Now we're going to let these rest for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to make the demi-glace. Low flame, and we're going to combine the demi-glace, the sherry, and a 1/4 cup of water. And it's only for a couple of minutes. So let me open up the demi-glace. It's always is fun to do. Of course, it doesn't want to come out. Let's try this time. Oh, there we go. There's one. Here's number 2. You want to put it on a low flame, remember. Some water. And the sherry. Get your spoon. Try to get the remaining part of this out. Let's go. And just stir for about 2 minutes or so. About 2 minutes, been stirring. It's a nice coat. You want to do it until it's warm and it's sizzling, so it's warm. We're just about ready to plate the dish. Brussels sprouts. Get some of the potatoes. Last but not least, we're going to get the steaks. Okay, whatever comes off, there we go. Get some of the demi-glace. Pour it on the steak. We're on the Brussels sprouts too. That's a little dangerous. Put it on the mashed potatoes in the front. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the sherry wine demi-glace sirloin steak with mashed potatoes and balsamic Brussels sprouts. I hope everyone enjoyed this meal. Any questions, feel free to message me directly. The link will be below. Well, not there, but somewhere over here. To get to the website for the ingredients, other pictures, and to contact me directly. As always, you can post below. Message me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Please like if you have not liked already. Please share if you can share the video to another person. And as always, I'd appreciate if you also can subscribe as well. Until next time, take care and bon appetit.